Hello, and welcome to another episode of YQL Real Talk, where we talk everything related to living in Lethbridge and the Lethbridge real estate market. And today I have Brett Gurr with me, and we're going to be doing a market update, which is a little bit new for the channel.
Yeah, absolutely. We've decided to start our own team this year. So me and Kurtis Hawkins have decided to partner up and start a new team. Definitely really exciting. We're pretty pumped about it. We felt our partnership was going to work out quite well due to the fact my customer service experience, my knowledge of working with people, and of course, Kurtis is just incredible, the best guy, media production, social media marketing, things like that. Yeah, absolutely incredible to be working with him in that respect. And yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah. Obviously, I've been big into social media and producing videos like these and stuff like that. So when we first talked about maybe starting a team a while ago, Brett was obviously saw the value in it and wants to do more of that kind of stuff too. So when Brett reached out, or when we kind of talked about it, Brett obviously brought a lot to the table too, in that he's a more experienced agent than me. The hardest working agent that I've found, because if there's somebody that needs to call him, doesn't matter what time of day, I've been out of town sometimes, I'm just like, Brett, can you help me out here? And he's always somebody that'll answer his phone, and he's always on it. So
yeah,
we do see a lot of value.
I'm what we refer to in the industry as a hungry agent.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Which is hard to come by. So
yeah, exactly.
I think we can both do a lot in learning from each other, and we're excited with this new team. So
Yeah.
our goal with Real Estate One is to bring the highest quality marketing and video production, as well as systems, to real estate in Alberta. So I think I bring a lot of that marketing and production, and Brett is hopefully going to bring all of those systems that we're talking about. So
Absolutely, 100%.
I
And
think it'll be
partnership in itself, we're looking forward to great things, and we're hoping to do good things in the industry and the marketplace, and just kind of change up some of the things that that we feel there's gaps in the marketplace for right now. So
of course.
and probably the biggest thing right now that I'm getting asked a lot for from people, every conversation that I have, all the people that you talk to, the biggest thing is what's happening in the marketplace right now. Why, with the percentage rates hikes and this and that, what's happening in the market. So it's definitely one of the reasons why we decided to do this. Let's go over some of the numbers, and let's kind of, rather than speculating and rather us just going through our experience in the marketplace as to what's happening, let's just go through some of the numbers, right?
Yep.
So
I always think too that the market updates are good and the numbers can be useful, but they can also mean absolutely nothing to you. So hopefully we can go over some of these numbers and kind of provide our opinions of why the numbers are what they are. And obviously we're going to lay them out there so you guys can make your own decisions as well as what you think the market's doing.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
if you've seen over the last couple months, if you're looking at any news headlines across Canada, they're all saying that the sky's falling and that the market's going to crash and your house value is going to drop 20-30%. Like, it goes on and on and on. And we're going to go over the numbers, but I think we're both here to tell you that that's not the case. The sky's not falling, and there is no signs of a housing crash in Lethbridge.
Well, and typically in Lethbridge, we're so diverse, where we have agriculture, we have a lot of manufacturing. There's just so much diversity economy-wise within Lethbridge that we have a tendency to be sheltered from a lot of these big ups and downs that you see in a lot of other places. Red Deer in Edmonton, when the oil industry, Calgary, when the oil industry goes in the tank, you have a tendency to see certainly some major industry economy.
Yeah, there's big boom and bust cycles in those areas, and they almost always fall oil.
Yeah. When it's up, it's up big. When it's down big. Whereas in Lethbridge, because of our diversity, our agriculture, so on and so forth, we seem to we don't have those big peaks and we don't have those big valleys.
Yep.
So due to that, I definitely think Lethbridge is a pretty good place to invest in for the most part because of that.
And you do see that translate to the housing market, because it's what's one of the most boring housing markets
Yeah.
because it's so steady.
Yeah.
I guess, like Brett said, you don't get those big peaks and big valleys. So when you're buying in Lethbridge, you're likely not going to become rich off of your house.
No.
But you're also not going to lose your pants.
Yeah.
So that's huge for a lot of people.
Exactly. Yeah, you're gonna definitely have a steady ROI on your investment, and yeah, you're not gonna get rich for sure. But so yeah, so let's kind of go over the numbers. We kind of came up with a little bit of a number spreadsheet as far as what some of the numbers are. So in the last month, we've seen 79 homes that were sold in the last month. Now, of course, this is only the Lethbridge area. This is not our surrounding area, Southern Alberta. This is only the numbers within Lethbridge. Prior to that, in the prior month, we saw 107. Prior to that, in October, there was 122 and 152. Now,
Okay, Brett, there's only 79 houses sold, and in October there's 152. The sky must be falling.
oh yeah, absolutely, yeah, 100%. Right? It's typically it's a slower month, but yeah,
I mean, if you're a newspaper, if you're writing headlines for a newspaper, you could literally come up with a headline that the housing market's falling because
run
there's
away
only
with
79.
this. Yeah, of course, keep in mind, obviously, December, slow month. Due to the interest rates rising, things are cooling. Things are slowing down a little bit. And that's kind of what the numbers show. But this time last year, we did 124 houses last year. Now,
So it is down from last year.
it's down from last year. It's down from 2022 or 2021, which was the most epic, insane numbers we had last year. So the reality of it is it going to be down from last year? Of course it is, 100%. But
And that's
last
the tough
year,
part
that
right
was,
now is a lot of people are comparing numbers and comparing prices to last year when last year was a complete outlier.
Yeah.
Like you can't compare anything to last year because it was just so crazy.
Exactly. So yeah, we're definitely not going to compare to last year. So
No, we should be, but I'm just saying people in general
Yeah.
compare it to last year and they think, oh, well,
Yeah.
the housing market has crashed because it was like last year. Well, no, everything was here.
Yeah.
Housing market was here, and now we're just back to where we were. So.
Yeah, we're just now going back into what we call as a balanced housing market, and that's all there is to it. Things are cooling off to the point where we're going back to a regular balanced housing market.
Yep.
So, and as far as that goes, like average days on market, we've had this month, average days on market have been 80 days. The month prior to that was 66 days. The month prior to that in October was 70 and 64 prior to that. So yeah, the average days on market have been climbing going into Christmas time. But again, that's normal. Christmas is a slower time.
Yeah, you compare that to last year. In a way hotter market, there was more houses sold. That the average day on market was 75. So
Exactly. Not a big difference. And that was yet again a crazy, still 21, crazy housing market where we're a difference of 5 days on average. So not a huge thing to bounce back about. But one really interesting statistic that I saw here is the average home price. So
there's two stats that I think are really interesting. This one's one of them. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, to my surprise, the average home price is still climbing, which obviously I would think that that's going to start to fall, but I was really shocked to have seen that number has still been on a steady decline.
Yep.
So average home price this year was $348,755. Last month was $332,969. The prior month was $329,849. And prior to that was $325,862. And this time last year was $329,954. So
it's funny because with rising interest rates, housing prices should be going down. That's not the case in our market right now, especially if you're comparing it to last year. You're almost up 20 grand. And on average, not every house like that, but on average, you're up 20 grand, even though average days on market's climbing. So I think that it's probably just like a lagging indicator. It might start sliding in the next couple months.
Yeah, and I would certainly think it's going to. Like, eventually, that has to catch up with the market. And we're starting to see that. We're seeing more houses listed right now and more competition. And because it's kind of switched over to a buyer's market now, which houses are going to sell? The reality of it is the one that's priced the best, typically, unless your house has something incredible that's going for it. Typically, that's normally what's going to sell based off of the certain amount of competition that's out there right now.
Yep.
So,
speaking of competition,
yeah, exactly. So yeah, in the active homes on market that we look at right now, this month of December was 427 active listings. Previous month in November was 491, 511, and 537 in September. And this time last year, we had 345 active listings on the market. So we certainly have more active listings this year, which again goes down to the point I was making. There's more competition. If you're listing your home, you've got to be a little bit more aggressive on your pricing if you're going to want to sell it. And that's all there is to it.
Yep.
Gone are the days where we could say, well, yeah, maybe your house is worth $450. Let's list it at $469. Holy cow. Wow, we got $499 out of our house. Oh, fantastic. This is great.
Yeah.
Gone are those days. It was great while it lasted. But the reality of it is now we've got to be a little bit more selective on the price that we put on our houses. And
I mean, these numbers are pretty telling. I mean, you can see that active homes on market is up, so is the average days on market, and that's literally, they coincide with each other.
Yeah.
If there's more houses, then it's going to take longer for yours to sell because there's more options, and that's just
exactly
how it works. That's how the market works.
Yeah, exactly. It's based off of competition. So, and you've got to make your house stand out amongst the others. One of the ways to do that is price. Other ways is, again, your house provides something special that no other house does.
Other ways to do that are high quality listing videos.
Oh, that too. Exactly. and exactly.
A good marketing plan, all that kind of stuff.
100%.
That all helps,
yeah.
right?
Is your agent walking around with his iPhone 6 taking pictures in dark, dreary rooms? Or is your agent providing you professional photos? 97% of people these days buy their homes off of the internet and look at a house that way first.
The stat, did you say the stat? 97%?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hey, cool. And the reality of it is if your house looks like crap on the internet, they're not going to ask to see it.
Yep.
In fact, 10 years ago, if somebody wanted to look at houses, the realtor brought lots of properties to you. The way it works these days, more my clients and your clients, they give you a list of houses that they find on our mailing list that we provide them.
Yep.
They give you a list of houses that they find on realtor.ca. So
yeah, I think the job of a realtor has changed a whole lot within the last like 10 years, probably even
100%.
5 years and even more. Like it just goes faster and faster.
Yeah.
And I do find when I talk to older clients, they're talking about when they bought their house, 15, 20 years ago, and they said, oh, my realtor, they either say my realtor was good or bad because of the houses that they were showing them.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, that's so strange because like you said, now most of the, a lot of the business I do comes from BC or Ontario, and these guys are out of province buying houses here. Yeah. Pretty much all online. Yeah. Like the whole thing. So like, and everything's available out there, and we can help make the houses available to you to see, so you can see everything. And then from there, it's like, what makes me think that I would know what you want better? Sometimes we can help and like find if they're looking at these certain type of characteristics, we can help you find something that maybe you overlooked or something. But for the most part, everything's online. And like even when it comes to online shopping, like my wife and I hate going to the mall now because you can find literally everything you want and like the most specialty thing online. And it's literally the same thing with houses now.
Yeah, exactly.
So to me, I think that a realtor is less about finding the house you want and helping you provide the information so that you can find the house you want. And then obviously there's a process of buying it and going through all those steps that is helpful too.
Exactly.
But
yeah. And I'm typically more old school. I'm the guy that'll drive around, burn my gasoline, try to find something local, get frustrated when it's not, and then I'll eventually go buy it online because nobody has it. And then you burnt all that gas. Eventually I'll learn, but I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
It was funny because we went on January 1. My aunt said, January 1, that's the day to go shopping. They have all the best deals at the mall. So
Right.
Chelsea and I were like, oh, you know what? We never go shopping. Let's go see what they have.
Yeah.
Mall's closed. And we drove all the way down there.
Oh, nice. Yeah. This is never happening again. Hey? Yeah. That's funny. Okay.
So
Awesome. But yeah,
so that's, we went over the market. We went over the updates. In conclusion,
yeah.
the sky's not falling.
No. In conclusion, are we in a cooler market than we were last year? Absolutely. 100%. It's going to happen with the rise of interest rates. And of course, the fact that we're now in the holiday Christmas season. I've had lots of people that typically they call you December 1st. They want to take their house off the market because they do not want to sell it in December.
Yep.
I had 3 or 4 listings that they just don't want to show it in Christmas time. They call you, we'll call you again in January and we'll put it back on, and typically that's what a lot of people do. In the past, when I've listed my house, I've done the same thing as well,
So you got families staying over from out of town and whatever. Like
exactly.
What chaos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So are there less listings on during the December season? 100%.
Yep.
But yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see over the next couple months, and you can follow along with us on this podcast or on this podcast, whatever.
Yeah. Well,
on this podcast to see how it continues throughout the market. We live it every day, so we're like always keeping our eye on it. But with I think we will see numbers change, like the average home price. I'm assuming will come down. I don't know the future. As the average days on the market kind of stays up there. And because we have low inventory right now going into those spring months, I'm assuming we're going to see more inventory.
100%.
We just got to see how many buyers there are for that inventory coming
Yeah.
in. So.
Yeah. And there's definitely seems to be less buyers out there in the marketplace. Of course, a big driving factor, again, is like you reiterated, the fact that we still have lots of people selling in BC, selling in Ontario. There's still lots of people coming from those areas.
Yeah,
life just got too expensive out there.
There's a couple articles saying, I think it was, I don't know have anything recent because it's really hard to find these articles. I don't know why, because it is such a crazy statistic. But last year it was like Q1 of 2022. There was like 20,000 people just in that quarter that moved to Alberta.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see it. Well, we've personally helped quite a few of them.
Yeah.
I've had lots of out of town buyers that have come from that area. And
my mom actually is doing it right now too, which is funny. So she's actually from Alberta to begin with. She moved out to BC probably 15 years ago, bought a nice condo for $275,000, which seems very reasonable. Now it's sold for 3 times that.
Yep.
And they're like, if they wanted to move to a detached, like it's a minimum 800. So it's like, how do you afford to live in a place like that? Like I always tell people in Lethbridge that we're so fortunate that the average detached home price is $350. Like you should be definitely taking advantage of it. Whether you want to buy rentals or not, that's a different subject. But you should at least be in the housing market because this isn't going to last forever.
Yeah. 100%.
All these prices go up over time. So
and maybe that's what's attributing to our continual rise in the average home price.
Could be.
Is because of that. If people are still coming here, and the problem with the out of province shoppers that come here, they're selling their 2-bedroom condo in downtown Vancouver for $1.3 million and buying, a beautiful house for $600,000 here. The reality of it
maybe
is
rentals
and rentals as well. Absolutely. So when you're competing against that, it's pretty difficult because their perspective of what a home is worth is significantly different than local people that have been here their whole life. Right. So
don't get me wrong. Everybody that I've helped has been amazing. Like I never want to have I have a feeling that it might happen if there's continued to be droves of people come from BC, but I don't want there to be the opinion that there's big BC money coming in and it's going to ruin our housing market.
Right.
Everybody that's come here has been literally a super nice family that literally are trying to escape how expensive it is out here. So they're moving out this way. I haven't run into any investors that are like, I'm buying up everything in Lethbridge because it's so cheap and I'm going to be the next, I don't know, Scrooge of Lethbridge.
It's just families that are trying to reduce their cost of living. Exactly. We all know how expensive the grocery store is right now. We all know how expensive everything is right now. So it's just typically young families trying to reduce their cost of living. So if you can sell your place out there, move here, have a third or a quarter of the mortgage, and still so the reality of it is it's more or less young families trying to do that, you
Yep.
know, and it's tough out there right now. So
For sure.
all the more reason, but yet there's all the more reason again to own a home. If you're renting, own a home, buy your house, because
And maybe you're right. Maybe there will be droves coming in and the prices will take off. And if you're not in the market, you're going to miss out
Yeah.
on that opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. Well, because of that, we've seen lots of it in Alberta. We've seen lots of it in, not so much in Lethbridge, but it's definitely starting to happen. You know, people are looking at the Calgary market versus the Lethbridge market, and your dollar goes significantly farther in Lethbridge than it does in the Calgary market again. So people come out, they go to look at Calgary. Yeah, there's more jobs in Calgary, but the reality of it is, due to that diverse economy that we have in Lethbridge, there's lots happening here too.
Yep.
And they see, you know what, I'm not going to make quite as much money, but the reality of it is my house is going to cost me significantly less, and I don't have a 2-hour commute every day.
Yeah.
I get from one end of Lethbridge to the other in 8 minutes.
It's funny you say this because I got a YouTube video coming out soon that's about why you shouldn't move to Calgary. It sounds
Right.
like a very controversial
Oh yeah.
headline, which I
Right.
think is funny.
Yeah.
But basically, it just depends on what your lifestyle is. So
Mm-hmm.
if you want that busy city with things going on all the time, like to me, I would think I would love it.
Yeah.
Where you can just like, and if I were going to live in Calgary, it'd be like right downtown because I want to be in the hustle and bustle.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people just want a slower pace of life that doesn't involve a 2-hour commute to work every day,
Yeah.
which is totally understandable. Like you said, housing prices are a lot cheaper down here. So there are pros and cons. It just depends what city you're going to be in. And the
100%.
pros of Lethbridge
Yeah.
is that it is significantly cheaper. There's 0 commute times. It's a definite slower pace of life.
Yeah.
And I think we have a little bit milder weather too. Like we're usually a couple degrees warmer than Calgary on
Yeah.
any given day.
Yeah, definitely.
You get the wind with it in
Yeah.
the spring and the summer, or in the fall, but
Calgary gets their fair share of wind as well. They definitely do.
Yeah.
When we have windstorms, they definitely get a hit pretty hard too. But yeah,
Yeah.
we significantly are.
protected by the skyscrapers.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, you bet. So, okay. Well, yeah. And we're looking to do this all the time. We're looking to do this on a monthly basis, just kind of go over some numbers. We think it's beneficial to our clients, to new clients, to basically everybody. The media has a tendency to blow things out of proportion. So we're just going to give you regular monthly updates as to what's actually happening in the marketplace.
We're giving you the truth.
Yeah, we're giving you the truth. Exactly.
Be one of those news
So
outlets.
yeah, exactly. And if you're curious about and you want to have a conversation with either one of us, give us a call. You know, don't certainly rely on our market updates, but give either one of us a call. Kurtis and I are more than happy to spend any kind of time with any clients. And if you're curious about what's happening, certainly give us a ring. We'd be happy to take you around and show you some places and go from there.
Absolutely. So thanks for tuning in for the first episode of the monthly market update.
Yeah,
We'll see you guys on the next one.
perfect.
Bye.
Thank you.